Hello. If you're watching this, then that means I'm already dead. Dead excited for the mystery box of mystery!
It's the mystery box of mystery! It's the mystery box of mystery! It's the mystery box of mystery! It's the mystery box of mystery! It's the mystery box of mystery! Mystery.
Yay! Hello, everyone. Hello. How you all doing? How was the first section? Excellent. And how was your day before that? That's good. Relatively good. That's excellent. Right. This is the mystery box of mystery. Now, who here knows what that is? Good. Some people say mystery. Good. Stick to what you know and claim you have more knowledge than you actually do. That is the way to live. That is great. This is a show like very few others. In this show, rather than some stand-up, some middle-aged white guy walking up on stage going, I've got opinions and all this shit. Rights of people who are younger than me. Nah, none of that. This show has been decided by you because right here I have the mystery box of mystery. Please give it up for the mystery box of mystery. And in this box are suggestions from you, from people online, from other people, things that I do not even know what is in there. But rather than me just go through some premeditated material, oh look, he's working material, this is all fucking improvised, okay? Oh, yeah, exactly. You're like, wow, well, you could have prepared. I mean, that might have been a bit better.
Mystery!
That's right, this is a mystery. There's so much going on right here. And also, rather than having us, just sort of like a no backup at all, I've got my little friend here who's just enjoying all of your company. You're just doing so
I'm
well.
having a really good time.
This is good.
I hope that you're having a really good time too.
Yeah, this is, okay, good. So, but I will have to ask you
Hey! Whilst I love the people who are in this audience, now is the time to settle down and not say things out loud anymore.
Okay, good. But what we're going to do now is we're going to pick the first thing out of the box. And this could be something you've written. It could be something that no one has written. We'll see what it is. And then we're just going to see what happens. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Okay, good. Okay. So what is written on this piece of paper is broken tooth. Broken tooth. I feel like the broken tooth person is here because that handwriting I do not recognize. Now, I have been living in the Netherlands for I think 5 years now. I try not to keep count because every time I talk to a Dutch person about how long I've been here, they look really disappointed if I've not mastered the Dutch language in, say, 5 years. You got that certain leeway, right? But one thing I have worked out is the dentistry here compared to where I'm from, the UK, the country renowned for bad teeth. Which is not my fault, by the way. I mean, I can park a car between these two front ones here, but that's totally fine, because that means at least it's no pain. Literally, when I was growing up, the dentist would say to me, it's kind of like, your teeth are not causing you pain, therefore, out the door you go, son. Here's a lollipop, that'll make things better. Old school dentistry. Or you come to the Netherlands, and you walk into the room, and suddenly there's kind of like this easy listening music. Have you got insurance? It's all there, it's subliminal. You just got this delicate music, but behind it you just got this whole kind of like, this is really good if you don't have to pay. If you gotta pay, fuck you, oh! which is fine on some levels, but not so good if you don't. But yeah, so I go to the dentist, right? And I've got like, you know those old teeth you get, the fillings where it's actually from metal. Does anyone here, any old people here got the old metal tooth filling thing? Well, yeah, nice, cool. And that's it. Every time I fucking go to the dentist now, even if I got nothing wrong with me, the guy just comes straight in and he kind of looks in and he's like, oh my God. It's like Indiana Jones finding some old artifact from ancient times. Calling out all the other dentists, come look. This is how they used to do in the olden days. He has metal in his mouth. When he goes to airports, beep, oh. People at the gates patting me all down, spending most of the time around my crotch. And then suddenly they're like, oh, look. He has the metal mouth. Okay, that's long enough on tooth. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Yeah, very good, very good.
I'm having a really good time.
Okay, so let's get another suggestion from said mystery box. Let's make some noise, which gets some suspense. Suspense noise. Oh, good. Okay, the grand opening of a restaurant gone wrong. Okay, I'm going to need some help with this one. I need two people. Two of the nearest people. Don't waste time. We haven't got long. Just two people. Volunteer. Get over yourselves. Two nearest people. This is great. That's the spirit. That's great. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. So you can stand here, okay? And you're standing here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what to say, and then you're going to say it loud and proud as well, because people cannot hear you unless you're talking loud. But this here is the opening scene of a night at the new grand restaurant opening, okay? It's all very clear? Of course it's clear. Okay.
Hello, welcome to my restaurant. We serve spaghetti, but you can eat it with your hands. And we got really good prices.
I'm Italian.
Oh shit.
How fucking dare you? In my country, if you eat spaghetti with your hands, you're getting teared your nostrils apart.
That's really bad news for the grand opening.
Yeah, fucking right. I'm gonna give you 3 stars in Google.
Thank you so much to you both. God, I would not go to that restaurant again. Whoa, I'm gonna look for at least 4 stars on Google. Let's get another thing. Whoa. Yeah, okay. We've got Super Mario. Great, yes. Of course, because why get real voice actors to play parts when you can get Chris Pratt? Yay! Of course, yes, the evangelical Christian guy who's there gonna kind of say, oh, it's a me, Mario. So authentic Italian, just like every plumber you've met. Yeah. I mean, I used to play a lot. That's it. That's how they train them. Inside the Netherlands, you learn things like how to stop floods, you learn things how to make bad food. In Italy, you learn how to eat spaghetti with cutlery, and you learn plumbing. And then they put you on a boat, put you off to New York, and off you go. Luigi, enough of that, Super Mario. Great. Yeah. Okay, let's have another idea. Make the ooh noise. Okay, let's get this one. This one is, President.
It's the stalling music. It's the stalling music. It's the stalling music. Distraction. It's the stalling music. It's the stalling music. It's the stalling music. Distraction.
So I'm from the UK, which is shit. But we have the whole Prime Minister, King system. You know, the whole coronation is happening, which is terrible. Chop off their heads, that's what I say. But There is a whole thing to be said about keeping the monarchy. What are you talking about, you crazy person? And that is the fact that basically, if the monarchy goes, we get replaced with whatever government is in power at the time, basically has to decide all of the laws and rules and things like that. And frankly, I don't trust any of the fuckers. So I'm more willing to accept an inbred family who have had a history of colonizing the world. Ooh, I fancy Malaysia today. And just killing and saying like, oh, we have the best ways with everything. Everyone should learn English. Look at me, I'm in the Netherlands speaking English. This is wrong. But if this president system is going to come in, it's going to need a whole other thing going on. Excellent! Okay, let's have another one. What do we got here? Crystal ball. Ooh, crystal ball. Anyone here believe in tarot reading and crystal balls and seeing the future and things like that? Yeah? Cool. Okay, so what am I going to say next? Come on. Something funny. Oh.
You make a very valid point, audience member. That's why I like you a lot.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Something funny. Crystal ball. That's the thing, right? Is that like so much of this mythology that comes out of like soothsaying and tarot reading and all this sort of thing, very old-fashioned, not very modern. Whereas really, all of these things could do with like a little bit of a reboot. You know, like maybe if you go into Albert Heijn and there's a button you can put on the self-scan checkout, you press it and it says kind of like, I will tell you your future. Which essentially is what the bonus card is doing if you think about it. You know, you get those kind of like those bonus box things there and it's kind of like, oh, you will buy more chocolate, Steve. You know, and then your partner's kind of like looking, why does it keep recommending chocolate? And you're like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm eating so little that, they're trying to recommend this. Realize that there's a gap in our lives. All right, on another thing. Yes. Okay, what is this? I'm running out of breath. Okay, why is everybody on the internet so mean? Oh, that's so sad, isn't it? And I just want to say, in advance.
I'm so sorry.
Because the fact is, I am one of those people who is very mean on the internet. Sorry, I mean, well...
Not really.
I mean, the thing is, it's a lot of fun, right? Because if I were to say something, say, mean to you right now, I can't see you properly, but I imagine you're really muscly and hard. And, if I were to say kind of like, I think that you are a terrible person, your views are abhorrent, and maybe I hope that your life expectancy is slightly reduced than what it actually is. Really fucking mean words, right? If I say that shit, you rightly are going to come back at me and kind of like and chop off my head like I'm King Charles or something, right? That is completely understandable. On the internet, though, no one responds. I can say what the hell I want. I can be there, kind of like going, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha, send, ha. Which admittedly sounded better in my head. And originally I intended to actually add something on the end of all the ha-has. But the fact is you only have so much time. Okay, we're gonna have two more of these. 2 more. Are we ready for 2 more? Are we 2 more?
I'm having a really good time.
Okay. So, this one says, Mr. Tambourine Man. Mr. Tambourine Man, there you go. How fucking sad is that? All of the instruments in the world, and you're kind of like, I'm Mr. Tambourine Man. You're there at a house party, everyone else is chilling out, no one wants that person to pick up the instrument. The worst case is when someone picks up an acoustic guitar, but then suddenly it's Mr. Tambourine Man. Hey everybody, I know Wonderwall on the tambourine. Everyone else just like, it's just the tambourine. It could be any song at all. Kind of like, classic Mr. Tambourine Man, eh? So it's such a classic version of start trying to get a nickname to stick that's never going to stick because no one wants to call you that. Mr. Tambourine Man, more like Mr. Twatface! Alright, here we go, one more. Sorry
I'm
about that.
so
Really
sorry.
bad language. Okay, so we got one more thing, and it says... Okay, no. Okay. Sometimes some people can be a little bit edgy, This is just...
That's the end of this one. That's the end
enough.
this one.
So we got one more.
That's...
Okay, so... I haven't had a hamburger like that in 7 years. There you go. I mean, to be fair, if you're keeping track of the hamburgers you eat on such a long time scale, to the extent that you can literally, instantly eating a hamburger say, I haven't had a hamburger like that for 7 years. Then you deserve to die alone. All right! Hey! All right, that's all I got time for. I really appreciate everyone being so wonderful. And yeah, that's it. That's it.